Hola, bienvenidos a los apuntes de Saber y Conocer. By the end of the day, you will be able to say what you know and whom you know. So let's get started with some conjugations. So saber means to know, and you'll notice that it's an ER verb. So we're going to start out by putting our ER verb endings on the end. So that's o, es, hemos, es, en. And now that we've got our verb endings down, we can just take our root, our stem right here, this sab, and just S-A-B, and you have sab on each of these verbs, and that's the short way to conjugate a verb. You first do the ending, and then you add the stem, and then you also notice that you did the vosotros one wrong. That should be E with an accent, I-S. So isn't that great? You say sabo, sabes, sabe, sabemos, sabéis, y saben. That's fantastic, except for this is wrong. We have an irregular yo right here. To say I know is not yo sabo, that's weird. It's yo sé. So that's irregular. Sorry about that. Let's slide on over to conocer. Conocer means to know. And then it is an ER verb, so we're going to put our ER endings on first. O, es, hemos, es, en. Okay, awesome. And then we can take our stem right here and put that in front of our endings. Con, like that. Conoces, conoce, conocemos, oops. Conocéis y conocen. Isn't that great? Except again, we have an irregular yo. It's not yo conozco. That's weird. We need to add in a z. So it's conozco. Like that. Yo conozco, I know. Fantastic. Also, just a heads up, whenever we are using conocer, we are going to use the personal a. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. So there you have it. We have our conjugations of saber y conocer. But you'll also notice that they both mean to know. So what are we going to do there? Well, let's look at the two different verbs, the uses of the two different verbs. When we talk about saber, we use saber in a sentence like nosotros no sabemos cómo se llama el profesor. We use this for facts. We don't know what his name is. We also go sé la hora, I know the time. This is a piece of information. And straight up, guys, these kind of go together, and I won't ever to ask you to differentiate between the two of them, like it's this fact or is this information. Just know that they both work for saber. Okay, that's what I care about. And then finally, facts, information, and also if you have a sentence like this, ellos no saben jugar al fútbol, that's saben right there, that they don't know how to play soccer. So this is a how-to sentence. So use saber for three things, for facts, for information, and how to do something. Conocer, on the other hand, we use for people. So if you know somebody, like Shakira, or you don't know Shakira, ellos no conocen a Shakira. And check it out. That's where our a comes in. When you have conocer with a person, you need to include a before that person's name. So ellos no conocen a Shakira. You can also use conocer when you talk about knowing a place. So, conoces mi restaurante favorito? Like that. Do you know my favorite restaurant? And finally, yo conozco los libros de Harry Potter. This is with a work of art or like literature or things like that. We use it to express familiarity with something. Familiarity. So use conocer to talk about knowing people, knowing places, or being familiar with a work, basically. I like to summarize these two with this image up here. So when I look at facts and information and how to, this is stuff that I know in my head. I know it with my brain. Okay, so use saber to talk about head knowledge. Conocer, on the other hand, people, places, you're familiar with things, that's information that you know in your heart. So that's like, conocer is a heart knowledge. Conocer, like corazón. But also saber, if that's a head knowledge, that's cabeza, that also starts with a C. So don't let that confuse you. So there you go. Saber is head knowledge, facts, information, how to. And conocer is heart knowledge, people, places, and familiarity. So let's put them into practice. We're going to decide, do we want saber here or conocer here? And then we need to conjugate the verb, saying why we picked it. For example, I would say, tú sabes dónde está la cancha. You know where the court is. That's a piece of information. In fact, I should have made this green, huh? There you go. You know where it is. My hint for you is check out this dónde. If you have a question word is a good hint that that's information. Okay? Next. Yo sé las respuestas en el examen. I know the answers in my head. This is, I guess, fact, maybe info. This is something you know in your head. Nosotros conocemos el estadio. We are familiar with the stadium. It's a place that we've been to, so we know it well. This is a place. Ellos conocen a Cristina. She is a person. Número 5. ¿Sabes tú nadar? Do you know how to swim? This is a how to. And Inés no sabe conducir. This is another how to. She does not know how to drive. Yo conozco a Felipe. He's a person. Also, check it out. Whenever we have a person, we have that personal right here. Ellos. So in number 4, we had it. Ellos conocen a Cristina. Yo conozco a Felipe. It also shows up again, number here and number 11, el something a los estudiantes. All right, número 8. Raúl y yo sabemos bailar. We know how to dance. We'll let you be the judge on how well we dance, but we know how to dance. Número 9. ¿Conoces? Almost got you there. ¿Conoces tú México? Are you familiar with Mexico? It's a place. It's also a very big place. So congrats to you if you're familiar with the whole entire country, and that's impressive. Número 10. Ellas conocen los poemas de Becker. Poemas is poems, so that's like a work of literature. They're familiar with his poems. Número 11. Él conoce a los estudiantes. He knows the students. They are people. Oh, and número 10 is familiarity. Y número 12. ¿Quién? La edad de la abuela. Her age is a piece of information, so that would be sabe. Who knows the information? Who knows the age of our abuela, our grandma? All right. Go ahead and pause the video and complete activities 12 and 13 on page 313 in your textbook. Here we go. Let's check our work. Hola Mario, ¿qué tal? ¿Sabes tú que Trini Salgado acaba de ganar otro partido de fútbol? Did you know that Trini Salgado just won another soccer match? That's a fact. Did you know that? This que means that. So this is a fact. Did you know that she won another soccer game? Ella sabe jugar muy bien. She knows how to play very well. Es campeona. Ella conoce a muchos campeones de deportes también. She knows many other sports champions as well. They're people, so you have conoce. Yo sé que ella va a ir a la capital de tu país. I know that, that means it's a fact. I know that she's going to go to your country's capital. ¿La conoces tú? Do you know her as a person? Yo no la conozco todavía. I don't know her, or I haven't met her yet. Pero es mi jugadora favorita y tú y yo sabemos que la quiero conocer. That was a big sentence. Let's break it down. Okay. I haven't met her yet. That la means her. So she's a person. Entonces conozco. Pero es mi jugadora favorita. But she is my favorite player. Y tú y yo sabemos que. You know that. This que, again, is that. So that's a fact. You know that. I want to know her. We want to know her. She is a person. Conocer. Mario, yo no sé dónde está la camiseta. This is an interesting sentence because it's where, so you want to go with the place, but this where is actually asking a question. I don't know where the shirt is. I don't know for a fact. I don't know, not for a fact. I'm sorry. I don't know the information. I don't know the fact of her shirt. I don't know where it is. That's going to be a piece of information. So that's say. I don't know where it is. Y saben. Do you know dónde está la camiseta? Do you two know where the t-shirt is? Tu amiga Alicia. Ah, gracias Alicia. So go ahead and reread your paragraph out loud filling in each of these blanks. Now when you're done, go ahead and go to Actividad 13, pause this video, and you will write the sentences. I'm just going to complete them here, so this video doesn't take very long. Write in sentences to say what the people know. Número uno, to swim very well. That's going to be a how-to, giving us saben. Make sure you're writing the whole sentence. Las campeonas saben nadar muy bien. Número dos, a un jugador de béisbol. That's a person. So yo conozco a un jugador de béisbol. Número tres, el equipo, el estadio de fútbol. El estadio, that's a place. So el equipo conoce el estadio. And you would hope that the team is very familiar with the soccer stadium because they spend a little bit of time there, at least. They spend quite a bit of time there. Número cuatro. Tú, ¿dónde está la cancha? You know where the court is. So even though the court is a place, you know where it is. We've got a question word, we've got a verb here. So that's a good hint that we want to do saber. Tú sabes dónde está la cancha. Número 5. Mis amigos y yo, la República Dominicana. The Dominican Republic is a place. So conocemos. Los jugadores a Trini Salgado. Trini Salgado is a person. So ellos conocen a Trini Salgado. Y yo, ¿qué equipo va a ganar? I know which team is going to win. Your hint here, ¿dónde and qué are question words. So right now they're acting as subordinating conjunction. No, they're question words. So that's a fact, I know, or information. That's a piece of information. So yo sé what team is going to win. Ana, ¿cuánto cuesta el casco? Hey, look, we've got another question word here, acting as a subordinating conjunction. Ana knows how much the helmet costs. That's a piece of information. So Ana sabe. 9. Tú a las ganadoras. You know the winners. Winners are people. So conoces. Y finalmente, nosotros, or not finalmente, 10. Nosotros patinar en línea. We know how to inline skate. I don't, but apparently we do. So that would be sabemos. Y finalmente, ustedes, ¿quién es el campeón? Haha, this one's a tricky one. You know who is the champion. So we're not saying, oh, you are familiar with the champion as a person. You don't know them. They're not your best friend, but you know who it is. You know that piece of information. So ustedes saben quién es el campeón. When you're all done, review your vocab on Quizlet. And there you have it. Use saber for head knowledge, like facts, information, and how to. Check out this amazing brain. It's a brain. Kind of looks kind of like a kidney. Okay, use saber for brain knowledge, for head knowledge, like saber. Use saber for facts, information, and how to. And then use conocer for your heart knowledge, things that you know in your heart, like people, places, or you're familiar with things. Have a great time on your homework that you kind of just did just now. So have a great time with the rest of your day. Adios.